Day one. And hello to all you multi-magnificent bastards. If you're on the YouTubes and watch whiskey reviews, you should know what those are. That references to. This year, we have something very different and very expensive. This is probably one of the most expensive things I've ever had to buy. Well, I didn't have to buy it, but I wanted to experience it. So, here it is. Oh, it's heavy. It is the Scotch Whiskey Advent Calendar, 5th edition by Secret Spirits. And it is a glorious thing. I don't know if I should try to show you the inside or not. Probably shouldn't. That's the basic, whatever, we'll try it. Basic layout you'd expect from an Advent calendar. There we go. We have a glass and a lapel pin, which I actually haven't opened yet. So getting those out should be fun. You know what? I don't want to actually break that. And I know this comes off like that, so do that instead. Ooh, I just gave myself a heads up by accident about the final drink. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely more. That one's an accident. That's probably why the slot is bigger. So that's something to look forward to. I'm not going to look at what it is. Mustn't look. But that's nice to know that not only will the final one probably be kind of awesome, but it will also be more. So just more awesomeness to look forward to. Now, granted, that is a ways off, but I already took this one out. Single cask nation, Macduff, aged 14 years. See if you can see that. Probably not. It's not focusing. That's fine. Trust me, that's what it says. And it'll be in the whiskey review comment thing, headline, whatever. Single malt Scotch whiskey, distilled in 2003. Cask type, refilled sherry. A Highland region. Now these are all Scotches, unlike the one I did last year, which was the Master of Malt one, who decided they're not going to send the stuff to America anymore because our alcohol laws are ridiculous in every single state. So I think they just got fed up with having to deal with it. Oh, and also they sent us this little glass in there, which I took out. Can't see what it says. It just says Scotch Whiskey Advent Calendar number 5. So there have been 4 more of these. And this is the first one I'm running into. Now, granted, we who know some things about whiskey, I can't say I'm an expert by any means, know this is not your typical whiskey nosing glass. It's more something you put whiskey in and add ice, maybe, is what I would do, because I found one thing over the past year, is that I do tend to prefer my whiskey chilled slightly. I'm not sure why. I don't want to dampen the nose of the flavors or anything, but that is what the ice tends to do. We also have the lapel pin. I almost forgot about this too. Took them out, put them aside, totally forgot. Let's see. Ooh, it's shiny. I'm tempted to put this on my coat for this month, but oh, good God, that's tiny. Hold on. Ugh. There we go. That's very nice. I'm tempted to put this on my coat, but I've had pins on my coat before, and I have had one of mine fall off twice now, and I was actually very fortunate that I managed to recover them, because I could have lost them to the world, and I would not be able to replace it. It's actually one for something called a light sail, which is a whole different thing I'm not interested in. Just means they have a device that can shoot to space, and it's going to fly through the solar system on solar sails. And they got a little pin for helping to support that, and it is awesome. And I don't want to lose that pin, so I've actually taken it off and put it aside. I think I have something else on it now instead. Getting distracted by my phone. Now, I'm doing this all wrong to start with because I haven't eaten anything since about 2 o'clock, and it is now just past 1 in the morning. So this is actually day 2 of December, but I haven't even tried this one yet, and I haven't filmed it yet. And I was trying to find my editing software, but it's a newer computer, the same one from last year, but it's still doesn't have everything I had on the last one on it. And one of the things that fell through the crack was when I bought editing software. Now this is a good deal more in here than it was last year. And that is because this is 50 milliliters. That's almost 2 ounces. I only know that because I looked it up. And the one from last year, it was a little bottle and it said 3 CL, which I think is centiliters. I don't know. But when I looked that one up, it was about an ounce. Just a smidge over an ounce. This one's almost 2 ounces. It's a little over an ounce and a half, I'd say. Yeah. Now it's 3/4. Sure, we'll say that. But I do have my other glass, which I will be using for all of these. Maybe not this one specifically, but it's the Whiskey Vault glass. I don't remember if I actually talked about the Whiskey Vault, but it is the reason I do this at all. It's what got me interested in whiskey more as a hobby rather than just, hey, alcohol, yay, which is what it used to be for a good portion of my life. And I'll probably put a link in the description, next time I have to say that, to his review, because he is a whiskey somm and I am not. And I actually watch his video before I do mine, just to have some sense of what may or may not be in this from his perspective. Mine may be very different, but I will pour this in here and we'll get started. Man, yeah, that is definitely a significant amount more than last year, which is fine. The other thing that I will do that will help when I watch Daniel's videos is he has a very specific type of whiskey that he likes. He likes Scotch and he likes Islas, which are those really peaty, rough and tumble sort of whiskeys, which I had at least one of last year, I recall. But this one actually looks really nice. Yeah, the first thing I thought of was cherries, and I don't know why, as always. Let's go with it. Citrus. Daniel did say some sort of nut. I believe it was a walnut or something. And I certainly would agree, because there's something strange in there. But this also does remind me of another whiskey I've had before. I think it's Delmore. I didn't like Delmore for whatever reason. I did find out over the year that my preferred whiskey seems to be Irish whiskeys. So doing a Scotch calendar is kind of funny. But I do like Scotches as well. I know I like Johnnie Walker Black, and my favorite of the moment is RedBreast 12, which is unfortunate because that is about $50 a bottle. And I think I'm going to start looking into other Irish whiskeys that are less, but taste just as good. Well, not just as good, but at least taste good. And there's a few I've had, like Writer's Tears and such. This video is probably going to be much longer than the rest because it's the I'm back to recording these video. I still am not an expert at this, but I just got, I'd say green grapes, and I don't understand where that comes from. I'm just smelling something. I'm trying not to think about what I'm smelling too much. I'm just trying to think about what seems to just appear in my thoughts. when I'm smelling stuff. Some weird smells in there too. Gasoline, which I imagine is the alcohol, and I got that orange chocolate candy thing for a second too, which I haven't had in years, but I know what it smells like. This one is a pretty high proof. It's 57%. So this is probably going to make me scrunch up my face quite a bit. Although I've been drinking whiskeys neat, or at least with more often with ice is my preferred method, but I do have them neat occasionally. So let's see. Let's just get into it. Oh, yep, higher proof. Taste is fine though. I enjoy it. I guess the one bad thing about this calendar deal is that you probably can't get this again. I'm sure I can get Macduff probably if I looked. That's actually something I should have looked up before I started, but I didn't. But having Macduff aged, I guess it's just called Macduff, but this one says aged 14 years. I imagine there is a Macduff out there somewhere. Very likely at a lower proofage. But this is going to be very enjoyable, I hope. I'm certainly going to be a little more cautious with the Scotch calendar since it will have some potent ones. I'm going to have to, and like I said, the reason I watch Whiskey Vault reviews first is to give me some insights and also to give me a warning for what type of whiskey it is. Granted, if I look at a bottle these days and it says Isla on it, I'm going to be a little cautious. This one's a Highland, and I found Highlands are friendly and not too aggressive. I am certainly looking forward to having this much every time, because that means I can enjoy it for longer. But with that, I'll try to get this uploaded tonight. I actually want to find out about video editing software. I know I had one, and I could use it to make these look much nicer rather than just a straight take of me talking with no script at all or anything. I'm just rambling and thinking. But we'll see if I manage to pull that off before the end of the month. But till the next video, Sláinte.